Today's financial advice is sponsored by Endeavor Private Wealth. Well, Chris McGee, managing partner at Endeavor Private Wealth, is joining us for a segment on investing. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
So last week we started a discussion on retirement planning, addressing the importance of planning not only for optimal outcomes, but also for financial events or disruptions that can throw a wrench in our financial plans if we're not prepared. Let's continue our examination of the planning process and consider some common planning mistakes people make and what they can do to avoid them.
Dane, that's a great plan, no pun intended. Sound retirement planning means making the most of what we can control instead of fixating on what we can't. For instance, we can control how much we save for retirement and what we spend leading up to and in retirement. It's advantageous to save as much as reasonably possible in a qualified tax-deferred retirement plan, as well as other tax-advantaged and taxable savings. We also should budget and spend our money prudently without waste or extravagance. This requires self-discipline, resisting the urge for immediate gratification, maintaining a long-term perspective.
Okay, sounds a little bit like dieting, but I get the point. Plus, tell us what you mean by not fixating on what's outside of your control.
As much as we hear and read about the investment markets and the economy, as individuals, it's beyond our control to affect their performance. That doesn't mean we shouldn't pay attention to what's going on. However, I'm concerned about the undue influence and extreme viewpoints. So-called experts predicting dire investment markets and scaring the daylights out of people and paralyzing some investors, while others espouse clear blue skies and investment nirvana, which often turns into a costly pipe dream.
So how do you help clients filter out the investment noise to get a better sense of the probability of achieving their retirement income objectives?
Applying a mathematical model for assessing risk called Monte Carlo simulation allows us to calculate the probability of specific retirement scenarios based upon historical rates of return for different asset classes, the client's age, the projected time to retirement, the portfolio allocation or asset mix, and the amount of investment portfolio that will be spent down each year. This method provides a more realistic scenario than simply assuming a given rate of return on a client's investment. It also allows us to factor in different spending rates and longevity risk to determine if the client's retirement income needs can reasonably be expected to be achieved.
And are there any other factors that should go into the retirement planning process?
There are, and these cut both ways. That is, individuals may be able to exert some control over them, but not always. For example, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, staying active and exercising, controlling your weight, and not smoking, for example, can increase longevity and possibly reduce health and medical expenses. Unfortunately, some people have chronic health issues that may limit their choices. Work is another area within a person's control until it isn't. You can decide how long and where you want to work, and the earnings and saving more money and accumulating retirement benefits. However, sometimes employment is beyond your control. An employer decides to downsize a workforce and you're tapped on the shoulder. Individuals who retire may also have the opportunity to take on a new job or part-time work, hopefully doing something that they really enjoy, not working just because they haven't saved sufficiently for retirement.
So to recap, there are matters within a person's control and matters without, and there are in-betweens, all of which should be understood and factored into the retirement planning process where appropriate.
That's well said, Dane. How about in our next program, considering some of the specific mistakes individuals make in the retirement planning process and how to avoid or mitigate them?
Now that's a plan, no pun intended. Thank you, Chris, so much. We always appreciate your time. And of course, to learn more about Endeavor Private Wealth, visit endeavorpw.com.